A lot of times while I'm streaming on Twitch and I'm doing night vision raids in Tarkov, a lot of comments I'm getting from viewers are like, hey, did you know you can now make it so instead of green, it's black and white? Or, hey, did you know that you can just do everything so it's black and white? Oh, do you not use black and white because you think it's cheating also? Like, there's a lot of comments, and it's just been blowing up, I would say, in the past month, because I think a lot more people are using it. And to be honest, I don't know how to feel about it. And I'm sure you don't really know how to feel about it either. So in this video, we're going to deep dive into the settings, what it changes on your game. We're going to look at the night vision itself and then look at the black and white. We're going to just compare and see, are you getting an advantage? Is this cheating? Is this a loophole? Is this exploit? What is this? Let's talk about it together, and let's find out together. So I want to show you how to get the black and white settings first, though, because in the end of the day, if you end up watching this video and you're like, you know what, it doesn't make a difference, but I actually really like it. Hey, let me show you how to do it. Okay. So just to let you know, the control settings that we're going to be using for post FX is going to be the ones that you get straight out of the box. So if you have a whole bunch, say we do like, say saturation, blah, 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 and you revert everything, it reverts back to this setting. So we are using this post FX as our control here. Now to get that black and white look, we are going to just jam everything to -100. We're going to make clarity 10 and then 11, whatever. And then we just jam everything to 0 again. And then instead of Jason, what we're going to do is we are going to look for feather, which is right here. And then you're going to take feather and put it to 100%. So it looked like this before with our regular post effects with Jason, and what it looks like now is this. What do you think? You don't need the super expensive night vision goggles to do this black and white settings. You can do it with the other 3 if you want. There are 3 different other types than the quad nods to do black and white, but for this experiment, we are using the super expensive quad nods from Peacekeeper level 4 or the barter from level 3 if you want. But just to let you know, we are still going to look at the black and white settings if you're using the other night vision, because you know what, not everyone can afford it, not everyone uses it, but I want to show you what the other night vision goggles look like with these feather settings. Now, I didn't go too crazy in depth like Veritas does with this stuff. I wish I could do that, but I'm not as smart as him. Let's be honest. But I did do a couple of things where we can just visually look and see if we can tell a difference to the naked eye. So, you know, I stood somewhere with our control night vision regular settings, and then I stood in the same place with, you know, the black and white settings on. And there are, I think, are some differences, and I think we should just take a look at them, discuss them, and then in the comments below, you can say, you know what, maybe that's just your eyes tricking you, because I don't know if it's just my eyes tricking me, or is there really a difference? So in this first photo, we are in factory, and as you can see, there's just so much green light happening. There is a lot of light pollution, I would say, in this one. Now, when you turn it into black and white, it feels like the light pollution does disappear, or is that just me? So I'm going to compare these side by side now. Now I feel like locations like this right here, and even to the left, just to the left right here, are better in the black and white. I don't know what it is. I just feel like, again, the light pollution is washing it out in the you know, regular NVGs without the black and white, where when you have black and white settings on, it doesn't wash out the picture as much, so you can really see still the detail and what's behind there. Is that just my eyes? Are my eyes playing tricks on me? I'm not sure. Let's keep going. We're still in factory. We are looking at the corridor. And I don't know if it's just whenever there's light, it looks better in black and white, but it does. I don't know. I think it's a trick, but again, we'll compare here. Let's do a comparison. Now, again, I'm gonna say the depth, you know, like when you're looking at the two boxes at the end right here, I just feel like you can see more detail in the end. Like right now, I'm trying to actually make it full screen so I can really look, and I've been trying to study this. It doesn't look like you can see much more detail. It just feels easier on the eyes. I think that's what it is. It's the light pollution. You kind of have to squint at the end, where with this one, you don't have to squint as much. I think it is a trick, guys. I'm going to continue to look though. What do you guys think so far? What do you guys think? This one definitely is a really interesting one in factory, and I'm kind of mad that I didn't get a partner to, you know, go running around in the background for us, but it's still, again, it's just more clear with gray. I'm sorry, like the black and white is just way more clear. And I think it is something to do with your eyes adjusting to the green compared to adjusting to the black and white. While I was looking at, especially this picture, I would say, is I was thinking about the Star Trek movie, the new ones that got remade, and how the bloom effect was in that movie a lot, and a lot of people hated it. And then I wanted to look at light bloom in the Unity engine. I couldn't find any comparisons, but I did find an Unreal Engine 4 comparison for light bloom. And I'm just curious, like, you know, looking at this photo, right? And then going back to this, is it getting rid of the light bloom that the green NVGs give you? Is it getting rid of bloom, like effect around the light itself? I don't know, but I can tell you that it just does feel like I can see more in the black and white. How do you guys feel the same way? But I kind of do. It feels easier to look at. Maybe that's what I should be trying to say, is it does feel easier to look at, and it's not easier to see. Maybe it's just easier to look at. Okay, so if we think it's getting rid of the light bloom, if we look at a light then, say on shoreline like this one, and we change it to black and white, it should change. We should be able to see a difference, right? But we don't. And, you know, looking at it side by side, I can't tell the difference. It doesn't look like there's any less bloom on any lights here. So I can say for sure that it's not light bloom that's lessening. You can see in the center, it still has the line. So I don't think that the light bloom is just lessened by using black and white. I think it does have something to do with, it's just easier to look at a black and white photo than it is a bright green. So we're in Resort Kitchen, and you know, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna split it. And this is the first place that I can tell you, I feel like using regular NVG settings, I'm at an advantage here. I feel like it's easier to see detail, and I feel like anything closer up here, I don't know what it is. I just feel like I can see a lot more detail oriented items in the green NVG than the black and white. If someone was hiding in here, I feel like I could spot them sooner with the green NVGs than the black and white NVGs. I don't know what it is. Maybe again, there's not much light in this photo, right? We're not seeing much light. There's not much artificial light coming into this one. So maybe it does have something to do with artificial light from, you know, light bulbs and just things like that make the black and white just look better in those situations. So I just flipped it back and forth with this kitchen one that we were looking at just a second ago, and I was just doing it like a picture book, you know, back and forth, black and white, green, black and white, green. And I think I'm going to take back what I just said. I think it is better in black and white. I think you can spot better. I don't know. Do what I was doing. Go like a picture book and tell me what you think. This is one I really wanted to include. We're overlooking Fortress on customs, and we can see that, you know, it's in black and white. It kind of looks cool, actually. It looks kind of like Batman-esque. But anyways, so if we compare these, and I'm going to split them a little differently, I feel like you can see a little bit further out to the trains right here. And maybe it's just my own eyes. Just to let you guys know that this isn't a picture. This is a continuous video. And I truly believe that you can see a little bit clearer to the trains. Now, whether or not, again, that's just our eyes playing tricks on us. Maybe it's because it is green, so it kind of more blends together. I truly believe you can see further in these two videos in the black and white one. So my final thoughts is something that I'm scared to give because I know you guys are going to rip everything up. Like, it's going to be interesting. I will say this. I hope you guys do keep it calm and collective in the comments section, but I am really interested in hearing your 2 cents. Like, I think the comments are going to be super interesting. And I do want to say this straight up. Is this cheating? No, this isn't. You're not cheating. You know, you're not. Yeah, I don't think this is cheating in any way. Is this an exploit though? Maybe. You could argue. I think you could argue that you are using exploit here because you are using something not for its intended use. But at the same time, where is that line that we're crossing? You know, at the same time, if you use the post effect so the game's a lot brighter and you can see maybe, you know, more, say, and you know, the clarity is going up so you can see a little things more sharp. Like, where is the line between exploit using post effects and not? And that's something I'm not going to be the judge or the jury of. I just want to bring up with you guys. One other thing I want to talk to you about is streamers using this because of it just being easier on their eyes. Please remember that streamers do play this game for 5 to 20 hours a day, right? So if we want them to play more night runs, which I love night runs, they're one of my favorite things to do, and not because there's less PvP, it's just a unique way to play the game and there's not much incentive. So if this is bringing more people to play night runs because it doesn't hurt their eyes, because it doesn't trigger their headaches, their migraines, and they just feel like less strain on their eyes, go giver. I don't think you're at a super advantage using black and white. Now, if you see a streamer use this, don't give him shit, right? Like, you know, we looked at the photos. I don't think it's a super big advantage. I think, again, it's just your eyes being able to see, I would say, easier black and white than it is green. I think in the end, what I did think about was that the green, it just blends together, where the black and white, you can kind of see more detail because it's not blending as much. But again, that's just me. Now, am I going to use black and white? No, I'm too lazy. Like, I don't want to change my settings every single time I go into a night vision run, because I do like doing night vision runs, but I do have different settings. My settings are a little bit like, you know, 10, 10, 10, 30, you know, they're not your generic, I would say, stock ones that I was showing you guys, right? So I don't want to change my settings every time I go do a night run, and then when I get out I have to change it back. I'm not gonna lie, I'm way too lazy for that. But do I see an advantage and it just being nicer on my eyes? And maybe I'll do it every once in a while if I'm doing long streams and I do have to do a night vision run, or I'm just interested in doing one. Yeah, I might do it, but I would say 95% of the time I'm still going to use the green NVGs. That's just me. But I hope this video kind of helps you out, and especially if you don't know about it. I think that's the big thing. I think people get upset and call it a cheat or an exploit because not everyone knows about it. So the more we can share this with and you know, tell people about this, that they could do this if they want to, I think it's less of an issue because everyone has a chance to do it, right? So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you do enjoy it, and if you did, subscribe to the channel. We do a ton of videos here, especially for EFT and a lot of other games that are coming up in the future I'm excited about too. And just, you know what? ELE in the comments, guys. Everyone love everyone in the comments. I know it's going to get a little out of hand, but I hope we can just, you know, we can ELE it a little more. So thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, I'll talk to everyone later.